I think I'm live. Hi. Looks like it's getting started. I haven't done a live in a while. Hi. This is so new and different. How exciting. If you're catching the replay, I'm going to be talking about the some of the best advice I've ever been given, how it's transformed my college experience, my career, and how it's been a big inspiration to my journey recently as well. Um, if you're, I haven't done a live for a while, actually, kind of a long time. So I'm going to get settled in here, take a sip of coffee, see if some people join. It says there's one viewer, which is awesome. It's kind of a Saturday morning, or it is a Saturday morning. I'm going to be starting work here kind of soon. I've already had one meeting, so I've kind of started, but the bulk of the meetings are a little later in the day. Yes, I still do work on Saturdays. A lot of people think maybe that would be weird if I'm, pursuing financial freedom. But actually, I love working on Saturdays. It's a lot quieter, less email coming in, things like that. And I get to have more flexibility throughout the week to spend time with family and so forth. So here I am at work on a Saturday and excited about it. I actually found, that whole idea that if you do something you love, you never work a day in your life. I don't feel like I'm at work. I feel like I'm pursuing what I love, what I feel called to be doing, all those kind of things, which is super fabulous. Um, so I think I'll go ahead and jump into like the rice and beans of what I wanted to talk about today, the substance of things. And then if people are catching the replay, you're not waiting forever because who knows if anybody's gonna be here with me while I'm live. So, and by the way, I'm in my office. This is my desk like at low. Normally, if you're watching our YouTubes or something like that, my desk is higher, and you're seeing, things on the top shelf up there. The reason I put this lower is because, oh, hi, Brandon. He's at home with my son right now. The reason I put it lower is because I wanted you to see what's here. I'm a big paper nerd. I love journals. We just moved into the office about a year ago, and these are ones I've actually collected over the past year. I have a big box at home full of journals. I've got, but still journals on shelves, things like that at home too. I love paper. Actually, I've got like three things sitting on my desk too, besides what's on the shelf back here. So keep that in mind. We're gonna come back and touch base on that as we go here. So, and hi, whoever has joined with viewing. So glad you're here. Please comment. Let me know who's watching and say hi. So the best advice I've ever been given. I remember it was one of my teachers in high school. His name was Michael Barnhart. He, I think, is now a professor at a university, but he was one of my high school teachers, and he taught a media class. I was actually in his class on September 11th, 2001. And when things were, we all kind of know what happened that day. When we were still at school that morning, we were in a media class, and he had us opening. This is 2001. You could actually, if you don't remember this, you could actually like open a browser and watch a news broadcast on your screen, which was like new. And he used this as an opportunity. We were all worried. We had heard about what was happening, and so he used that class time as a time to learn what was possible through the internet and through using media online. Very interesting class, and he was always open to those kind of experiments and ideas and changing the syllabus and all those kind of things. And I don't remember when, but at some point that year while I was in his class, he told me, as I was thinking about college, to think of college as the opportunity to learn how to learn. And then after college, I could learn whatever I decided I really wanted to learn. And I'd already been thinking about going to a liberal arts school, and that really just cemented the idea that I should go to a liberal arts school and learn how to learn. And that's what the next 4 years, I was a senior at that point, right? The next 4 years of my life would be learning how to learn. And that's how I approached college. That was really great for me. So, any college students out there or anybody with kids about to go to college or thinking of what they might do in the future, I loved that. And that really helped me see college not as I had to know day one what I was going to study and only focus there, but as an opportunity to learn how to learn as I went. Then, what that meant for after I was done with college was as I went into my career, I could explore. I could learn how to do a career without like knowing exactly what career I wanted. I could think, what do I think I might enjoy? What would be a good path? And I could try it out without 100% committing to it, kind of college is about learning, right? Learn how to learn. Now I could learn how to career, right? I could kind of pursue it that way. And like the career would actually help me with learning too. And it'd be about learning how to learn in a career, that kind of thing. And it just dawned on me as I was reflecting the past month or so that when that concept of learn how to learn and then you'll figure out what you really want to learn later and you'll know what to bring to it. When I figured out how that worked with money. And that was like like that happened to me, but I didn't think of it in those terms until the last month. And that happened to me about 10 years ago. So prior to 10 years ago, I just did what I was told when it came to money. I had a book written by a famous personality, and whenever I had a money question, I would pull that book off the shelf and I would decide what to do based on what that book told me, and go forward from there. I started a relationship with a financial advisor, and he had us fill out forms, things like that, and then he told us what to do, and we did it. It was not thinking. It wasn't learning how to learn when it comes to money. It was just doing what I was told, what I thought was the right thing. And that kind of worked, but it didn't really work, especially when I had this big moment about 10 years ago, a little more than 10 years ago now, where I saw how I could learn how to learn. I could learn how to think. I could learn how to do money totally differently and in a way that was self-guided and self-empowered rather than like just doing what I was told or doing what everyone else is doing or, that kind of thing. I'm going to cough. Hold on. Can I mute on here? See, I haven't done this in a long time. How about I will just do this? Okay, sorry. So that was like my aha moment, that like I didn't have to do just what I was told or like know the right thing. I could actually decide my own right thing. I could go my own path. So here's how you might think about this. If you were applying for a job and you were actually, I know somebody that does this. They give a knowledge test. They have like, here's a piece of paper, here's a bunch of questions. We want you to answer these, see how much you already know about the field that you're applying to have a job in. And then they leave the room. But in the room, they leave a laptop. And it's almost not just a knowledge test, what do you know? It's a test to see if the answers you don't know, if you'll go look them up on the laptop that's right there in the room with you. That's they would rather hire the person not that knows the most, but that has that ability to go seek and find what they don't know. Because there's so much stuff out there on the internet, right? You could Google any question right now or DuckDuckGo any question right now, and you could find the answer to it. But how do you apply that knowledge to your personal experience. How do you decide of all the possible answers to this question, because you're going to probably find different answers in the question, how do you decide which one is applied to you, which one doesn't? You have to learn how to learn. You have to learn how to approach a situation and discern what's right. This is where wisdom is different than knowledge. Knowledge is knowing what the answer is or what the possible answers are. Wisdom is knowing which answer applies in which situation. And for that, you have to learn how to learn. You've got to know how to think. You have to put on your Sherlock Holmes cap and deduct, of the possible scenarios. Here's what happened and why, or here's what I choose to happen and why. And when it comes to money, a lot of people are really intimidated by that. And that really bums me out because I don't feel like anybody needs to. It's not like you have to be Sherlock Holmes to deduce what happened with your money last month or decide what you want to happen with your money next month or a year from now or 10 years from now. It's actually not as complicated as a lot of people think. And that's what I've discovered since having that big aha moment over the last 10 years. Sure, it's not been easy the whole way, right? Still have a lot of catching up to do. No, I'm not catching up. I have a story to live, a journey to go on, and I'm learning and growing as I go on that journey. And it's a lot of fun, actually, because I'm not pressured to make the right decision. Like, I'm not like that freshman that has to choose my major right away and focus only on that one thing. I'm the freshman at a liberal arts school that's here to just learn how to learn. And that's how I love to approach a financial journey, is that I'm not here to know exactly my financial goals that I want to achieve in 30 years or even 3 years today. I don't have to know those right now. I don't have to commit to this exact path I'm going to follow and I'm going to get to it and, disregard all paths. There's an importance to focus, but the idea that I can focus and also be open to change is actually a very wise idea. So let me go back to these journals that you see. I love learning things, writing them down. When I think of a journal, I think of a recording of my journey, right? Sure, I can write to-do lists. I can have reminders in there of things I want to do, but it's also a way to prioritize of all the things I could do. What is the thing I want to do, right? So a lot of these are bullet journals. So I'm recording what has happened, but also planning what I want to happen, those kind of things. And Brandon is commenting, I don't understand this emoji of running. Maybe he's saying like a journey. But anyway, that idea that you have a space where you can learn how to learn, like college, where you can explore a career, like, when you're first starting out or when you're going to an interview and you're exploring, is this the right fit for you? Those kind of things. What if we brought that to money? And that's what Brandon and I have been doing for the last 10 years or so, is bringing that exploration, that learning how to learn, not just doing what we're told or what everybody else is doing or handing it off and letting somebody else just do it, but actually like realizing the more we learn and grow, the more we're going to learn and grow, right? And so what we crafted this year is taking what we've learned and grown in and figuring out a way to make it into something that is customizable to each person. And that's this 5 Smooth Stones. It's a hybrid book journal. And what I love about it, if you look at it, is it's like this journal belongs to is in the beginning. And we've got here's the journey roadmap, some teaching, some wisdom about how you can go on this journey and what that looks like. Some introductory material here, this is where the 5 stones. Here's an introduction to stone 2, tracking your in and out. What would tracking the money coming into your life and going out of your life look like Do you have to use a software? Do you need pen and paper? How do you make that decision? Is what we describe here, not telling you what to do, but helping you think about what makes most sense for you and anybody that you do money with, honestly. And we do that for each of the 5 stones, kind of an introduction. And then we put it all together. Here's the putting it all together page called the STILL method. It's an acronym. And then, we've got this let the journey begin page. And this is where you go from, you've learned kind of how to go on a journey with money, how to customize that journey to your specific situation. And then we go on the journey from here. And this is where we've got week 1, like there's here's some thinking thoughts, right? Some questions to ask, some big idea that a lot of people have found helpful. Not telling you what to do, but like the concept, the wisdom behind what a lot of people do throughout history. And then here's some space, right? The next page, week 1, to actually come up with some ideas. This one says, what's one change you're considering that could have a major impact on your life? And actually come up with 10 of them, because the first 5 are going to be what everybody does, easy to think of, that kind of thing. But the gold comes in ideas 6 through 10. So really being creative there, giving you space to think and brainstorm and come up with what you think is really going to work for you. And then we have these spreads where you actually go through the 5 stones, and here's the prompts, and you fill them in. And then here's, the next stone with even a little chart that you can fill in. Same with stone 4 and stone 5, or stone 3 and stone 4 was those pages. And then stone 5, where you actually think of what do you want to be doing differently, making an action plan, and then some space that's all yours to do whatever you need. Maybe you need some more tracking. Maybe you need to draw a picture. Maybe you need to dream some more. It's all in there, and you can have fun with it. And then the next page is week 2, where we repeat the process again. And there's a little ribbon bookmark that you can use to save your spot, and there's an elastic band to cover it, and this is vegan leather. We want it to feel excellent because we believe you're worth it. You're worth this kind of journey of being empowered to make it your own, to do it with excellence, and to not just do what everybody else is doing. Actually, one of the weeks we talk a lot about different is good. I have to cough again. Okay, hopefully that worked and you guys didn't hear me cough that time. Again, I haven't done a live on Facebook for a long time. So I see some people have been coming in and out. You're just scrolling on a Saturday morning. I totally get that. You might want to come back and watch the whole thing. So, cause I'm 18 minutes in, I just finished, the big idea that I wanted to share. So I'm going to end the live pretty soon, but I'd invite you to go back to the very beginning and hear what I shared about the best advice I've ever been given, and how it's really, I graduated high school in 2002. That advice is given to me probably 2001, 2002. So it's been 20 years of living with that advice in mind, and I can't imagine never hearing that and not pursuing life as a journey to learn how to learn, or to learn how to think and to actually take the time to think. And that it's not just about knowing, but about thinking and applying wisdom to that knowing to bring it into the current time and space and what it actually means for me and my goals and wisdom. So we have this is just a sample. We got this sample printed so we could see it. The margins were off if you didn't notice. We're actually have this out on Kickstarter, and we're inviting people to back it to help us get 1,000 copies of this printed as the first editions. And when you back it, you get a bunch of things, including the journal, but also an online community where we help people learn how to learn about money, learn how to take knowledge that they have and how to apply it to their wisdom, all those things. I shared the link in to the Kickstarter. Brandon's asking me to share it in the description of this video, but I don't know where you get the description because I haven't used Facebook Live in so long. Maybe I could actually just share it in the comments too. I feel like such a noob at social media, but I'm not any like I kind of am now because I don't do it anymore. I'm kind of a private person actually. So that's part of why I've just chosen not to be on social media as much. But I wasn't private when it came to this. I did put a lot in here that is personal to Brandon and to me. And now Brandon's saying add in the comments. I did, Brandon. It's probably the delay. So yes, if I'd love to connect more with you if you have questions about what this thing is, why you should back the Kickstarter, what the different rewards are. You can check out that page. Please, if you don't want the journal, but you do want to see something like this in the world, you can pledge, anything from $1 on up. We even have some digital gifts for people that do $10 or more. But also if you're like, OMG, I need this, or I know someone that was just complaining, they hate doing what everybody else is doing, they want to figure out their own path with money, those kind of things, then absolutely back it. And it's free shipping, lots of bells and whistles. We're planning some secret things that are like above and beyond, that we just take the people who back this, that bring it into the world, and kind of overwhelm you, hopefully, with good things. I don't want to overpromise and then underdeliver. I'd rather underdeliver and overpromise. I mean, no, the other way. I'd rather underpromise and overdeliver and get this out into the world with like way more excitement and surprise than people expect. So check out the Kickstarter. I think I was sharing about how there's also a community where we're doing this online and or on an app on your phone. Actually, I have it on my phone. I could probably hold it up. Let's see. And then I promise I'm going to end this live pretty soon. If you missed it, I shared a lot of really cool stuff at the beginning. So you might want to come back and watch the replay once this is done or however that works. So this is the community that we have. It's loading. It's an app on my phone, kind of like Facebook. You're probably looking through an app on your phone right now, where like here I did a fun post yesterday. PSL is back, and we do like a fun post on Fridays. But then I did like 5 ways to save money on insurance premiums. I made a little post about it. And there was like, here's the conventional, like what you could find on Google, but here's also what you're not going to find on Google and how you might think of, does this apply to you? Those kind of things. We share some of our other content. We have this every Monday. I do a post called Millionaire Monday where I'm sharing the like a mindset piece. So here's one. What are you running after? And you can see it's looks kind of like Facebook, right? Except there's no ads. It's absolutely private. And this is we've been doing this for like a year and a half now, and it's been so much fun. And there's the whole library of all the things. So if you're like, I want to learn more about insert thing, you can actually search and find all the posts and articles that mention that thing. So if you're like, I want to learn more about real estate, you could put in real estate and you can find every time we mention real estate over the last year and a half. It's all in the community, as well as we do live events and all those kind of things. And you get free access to that, the premium version with, all the library of content and everything when you buy the journal or when you back the Kickstarter. It's one of the reward tiers. So again, if you're just popping in, I invite you to go back and watch the very beginning of this, and I will talk to you soon. I unfortunately don't use Facebook Messenger, so if you do have a question or a comment, please use the open public comments on here, or you can send me an email, I guess. It's amanda@wealthwisdomfp.com, or I think on the Kickstarter, you can message me through there too. But if you message me on Facebook, I won't see it. My apologies. It's actually kind of freeing not to have to look at all the places. So there you go. That's it for me. I will hopefully talk to you soon. Thank you to everyone that's backed the Kickstarter. If you haven't yet, please go do that. We've got less than a week left and then it'll be closing. So now's your chance. Thanks.